You guys are?
Let's do it.
Well, Wayne, congratulations on the big win Sunday. When you look back at the tape, what did you like and what do you still want to improve on?
I thought our defensive intensity, especially in the second half, the first few minutes they got out and got some transition baskets, which we hadn't allowed in the first half. But then after that, we really buckled down defensively, our bumps, our awareness, communication, and then the effort on the glass. They got some offensive rebounds, but that was one of the strengths, and to win that rebounding battle was big. I think our execution offensively was the best that it's been this year, especially the last 12, 14 minutes. So we can continue to get better there. We've got to get some of our younger guys, as you saw, we shortened the bench a little bit in the second half, comfortable in our changing defenses and how we have to guard in zone. But they'll get that as we continue to work on it. And obviously experience come game time is key too to help with that improvement. So a lot still in front of us, but proud of the way our guys bounced back, especially after, losing that first one against Arizona State.
What was the key to that? Because, it'd be easy to say, oh, gee, and start struggling and continue. Is there anything particular about that, or is it just, hey, this team realizes how important every game is and put the other one behind them?
Yeah, we didn't make too big a deal of it. We got off to a good start against Arizona State. We gave credit to Arizona State. They shot it better than they had. I think we had a little bit to do with that. And it was just a heightened urgency, sense of urgency. We brought them in and practiced Friday. Some guys maybe were a little off guard with that, but got after it again on Saturday and put in the game plan. And I think the guys just bought into it, and they responded. We didn't add anything. We didn't tweak anything. We just challenged them to come out, play the way we knew we were capable of playing. And they're the ones that set the tone and started to believe as that game went on. And then they ultimately shut the door. So a lot of credit to the guys' focus.
You guys start fast in both the first and second halves like that, and in a way that you hadn't in certain games prior. How encouraging is that going into this rest of the Pac-12 season, knowing that performance is at least on the table, and you can get that
We've never gotten off to a bad start. I don't think that I can remember, starting a game where we're down 14-4 or anything like that. We've always gotten out of the chute, but then it's a substitution here or there and momentum changes, or there's a little bit of fatigue, and we've had a couple of lulls offensively and defensively that have cost us at times. But all in all, our guys' focus has been there. We've gotten out of the gate, like I mentioned. Now it's just got to be a more sustained effort over 40 minutes, I think.
Was that one of the best performances a group you've had here has played since you've been here?
I think especially the last 8-10 minutes, it was 49-49, and then next thing you know, it was a 20-point game. I think our finish at Colorado was very similar. We ended on a 23 or 24-5 run. So we've shown here this year that we can make some nice runs, but the big thing, and it comes with continuing to develop our depth, is sustaining it over the course of the game.
This looks like this Pac-12 season is going to be pretty crazy. It's up for grabs, so now you got to go on the road to Washington. Talk about the challenges of this week.
Yeah, you look at our start, and we start on the road at the mountain schools, and then you got Arizona State at home, then the Washington schools. It's challenging, but we know Washington's a very good opponent. They're going through a little adversity, having lost Green for a while. They've lost a few games here, but that's one of the tougher places to play in the Pac-12, and I know it'll be a bit of a hornet's nest on Thursday night, but we'll put a plan in place and get on up there and challenge our guys to, come out and play the way we did the last time we were on the road, and again, try to do it for 40 minutes and however long the game takes and pull one out. We were awfully close last year, and I know our veterans are hoping to get up there and maybe get one this year, but it's going to be a challenge. But there's no choice. It's a challenge every week. It's a challenge every night, and we're just excited to be getting out there and having the opportunity to play again. And I know our guys will be hungry to represent the Beaver Nation and see what we can make happen.
How much did that scout change with Green being out of the lineup? They haven't looked like the same team over the last couple games.
Yeah, they're playing guys that they haven't played much, and it's tough to make that transition, when you're early in conference play. But Coach Hop does a great job up there, and he's got some time now after getting back from that trip to get those guys, to where they're a little bit more dialed in. And so I know they'll have a great plan for us on Thursday. But, we'll have a lot to do with that, with the way we set the tone, the way we come out and play. And Hopefully we'll do a nice job there, get off to a good start, and then, hopefully, the key is playing it over 40 minutes and giving ourselves a chance.
Going back to that Arizona game, I mean, are there matchups that you kind of circle knowing that that's like a quad 1, quad 2 kind of win?
No, I don't get into all that. We just try to win at home and sneak some on the road.
Your team's kind of been on that win-loss roller coaster these last couple weeks. What are the keys to kind of gathering that momentum?
Try to win
heading on?
more. Try to win more. I mean, that's conference play. You look at the table, and it's tough every night. So it's early. We're only a handful of games in, so we just got to try to keep building momentum by continuing to develop our depth, getting consistent play out of our vets, and continue to grow this thing.
Coach, your
How about
offense-
from this side?
How about your offense really found a rhythm in the second half, 51 points. And the thing I noticed, a lot of ball screens, not always directly into a pick and roll, but just a lot of ball screens. Not to give too much of your strategy away, but what is it about the offense and the ball screens that helped kind of formulate good looks for you in the second half?
Well, when the talent we feel we have, it's an advantage for us if we spread the floor, and we do that different ways. And then when you have someone as athletic as Kyler who can screen out on the floor and get to the rim quickly, it puts a lot of pressure on the D. So those are some of the things that we try to do, exploit. We really tried to emphasize getting turns of the ball. We got to the second, third side more than we had. And, you look at your two main guys, and Ethan and Trace have 17 assists. They're also our 2 leading scorers in that game. They really stepped it up. And then we got great contributions from the other guys. Alfred Hollins, who you just spoke to, really busted out and had a good game for us. Zach Reichel was big. Kyler, the last 10 minutes especially, and then guys like Roman, Peyton, Gianni at different moments gave us a good little burst of energy off the bench, and that's key. And we've got to continue to develop those guys so that, we've talked about numbers being a strength of ours as far as depth is concerned, but they've got to produce on both ends, and I think we're seeing a little bit more consistency there, which helps.
Do you notice teams defending, either hedging harder